It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, January 2nd, 2019. It is 7 a.m.
It is our New Year's show.
There it is, New Year.
Because
you took
we
the day
weren't
off
here for
yesterday.
the I think we all took the day off.
I think we all took the day
Well,
off.
I got to do this.
Oh, that's better trumpet than you do when the weather comes on.
I may try that for weather.
Well, good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year, January 2nd, 2019. Here we are.
Do you make any big New Year's resolutions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not to make any New Year's resolutions.
I was about to say, none of them ever come true. So.
Yeah, I mean, and like I say, I had mixed drinks on the 31st.
Yeah,
until I ran out of chocolate powder.
Yeah. I figured.
Oh, the Nestle's quick is empty, anyway. Well, we hope everybody had a great holiday season, and now it's back to normal. Schools are back in session tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm about to say.
And buses will be out running, so remember the bus routes and the bus safety rules and things of that nature. All the schools will get back in session.
Seems like it's been forever since the kids went to school.
Boy, it has. I mean, it just seems like, I don't know, it's just...
I don't know.
My schedule, I'm a very scheduled person. I mean, after you've produced radio and TV stuff for 10 years and you have to get it down to the second and you get on this schedule.
Yeah, my days are all messed up right now.
I woke up saying, let's see, do I do TV today or not? I listened to a little bit of radio last night. I love that beep. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
that was funny.
That.
I wonder what Westwood won is. I don't know. Beep. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. And here in a few minutes, we're going to have the new mayor of Mountain Home talk with us. He's been mayor now for about 21 hours.
Oh, he's broke in. He's fine.
Wait a minute, I'm not even sworn in yet. I got to be on TV. So come up here about 7:15. Mayor Hillrey Adams will be joining us here. And so we're enjoying Brood Awakening Coffee for the second day in January 2019. Brood Awakening Coffee. They've got 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, of course. Then we have 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. And
did you take some coffee home for you so you'd make it through yesterday?
No, I wanted to leave it down here. I had
withdrawals.
Yeah, I'm having withdrawals. I just come down to the TV station to have coffee.
You're going to make up for it today, right?
I love their drive-thrus, Brood Awakening Coffee, of course. Let's see, Balmer Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center, 62 East Plaza. Check out Brood Awakening Coffee. Best coffee in town. 2 drive-thrus and 1 walk-in. And enjoy Brood Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. Mike and his gang, Happy New Year to everybody. Wish you many successes in 2019 with Brood Awakening Coffee. Outstanding coffee, the best in town, in my opinion. And appreciate their sponsorship of Down on the Corner program and hope to continue that for many years to come. Check them out, Brood Awakening Coffee. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water, right?
There you go.
Mm-hmm. The first morning prayer of 2019. Brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Roller Funeral Homes, of course, right here in Mountain Home. Got to see Brad Hayes yesterday. Watched him sworn in as a coroner, of course. And what can you say about Roller Funeral Homes? Just outstanding service. I mean, that you can, he's just saying that because it's on TV. No, been there, done that. 2 months ago today, went through this stuff, And let me tell you, top notch. Bruce, Chris, Brad, everybody at Roller Funeral Home, Mountain Home, top notch, very professional, very caring, and very understanding. When the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, finally all the holidays come to an end and life will get back to normal as students, faculty, and administrations go back tomorrow. Thanksgiving and Christmas are fun, no doubt, great to have time off. But let's not forget, though, the many doctors and nurses that worked during the holidays. Family or not, they worked. Let's not forget police and firefighters, always on the job. These people want to be with family or friends also, but they work through the holidays. So, Lord, we made it to 2019. Today, I pray you protect our schools from evil, protect our country from terrorists. Guide our president and protect him and our other leaders as well. Lord, give us peace. in 2019. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
That hurts. Aim it the other way. That thing's dangerous.
the weather.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Finally, the holidays are over. We can go down and have something to eat. They were there on the 24th, off on the 25th, there on the 26th.
Yeah, it was kind of a little messed up. And then we were closed yesterday for the 1st, so.
Anyway, Old Time Restaurant, best breakfast, best lunch in town. Old Time Restaurant, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11 o'clock. And
today we got a hamburger steak supreme for breakfast. Or hamburger steak and eggs, sorry. I said that wrong. Hamburger steak and eggs, and it comes with hash browns, biscuits, and gravy, all for $6.88.
Can't beat that.
Or lunch, you've got a choice between ham and beans.
Yep.
She makes a great ham and beans. Have you had her?
Oh, yeah.
They're awesome.
Oh, yeah. There's not much down there I haven't had.
Or for those that love liver and onions, that will be on special today too. Both come with two sides roller cornbread for $6.88. Can't beat it.
That's a hard decision. Roller cornbread.
It is. It is.
Because either's good. Wow.
It is.
Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11 o'clock. They bring you the weather each and every day. Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Visit them today. Right now we're at 34 degrees in Mountain Home, 32 in Harrison. We got 36 at Hardy. Mountain View checks in at 37. It's only 34 at Yellville. Marshall at 37. Calico Rock at 34. Around the region, St. Louis is at 33, while Poplar Bluff is at 37. Branson 32. West Plains at 32. Not too bad at Watford City, North Dakota. To put it in contrast, it's only 25 degrees there. So
I went to Branson yesterday.
Yeah.
Seen a couple shows, and of course, it's the last day that Silver Dollar City's open, and then it was so cold.
Wouldn't you like to be the guy to take down all those lights?
There are millions of lights. It's amazing how many people it would have took, and every light is stapled and put a certain direction. I mean, they put so much time and effort into that.
It beats off everything.
But it was cold. I will say, I keep telling you, Chili, it got cold yesterday. Yeah, it was at 31 degrees at one point.
Oh,
it was just
that's cold.
Brutal.
Wow. On the radar, I think the frozen precip is being taken out. I was watching Channel 3, watching Ron Hurst. I saw him on Channel 3, and he was explaining there's a low pressure here, high pressure here, and they work hand in hand. And I think the high pressure coming in from the southeast is going to push the colder air farther north, causing our weather to stay a little bit warmer. And so right now we're seeing the radar from Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, part of Alabama into western Tennessee. As you can see that come across the southern part. I don't know that it's actually going to move this far north today, possibly maybe tomorrow or Friday, but I don't think we have the chance of frozen precip.
I think we got a slight chance on Friday morning for a little mix.
Possibly, yeah, maybe a little mix.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit that Little Rock stop real quick so we can check the state of Arkansas. You can see down around Texarkana, picking that up, basically from Hot Springs on I-30 down to the Texas state line down there. Affecting I-30 only at this time, a little bit south of Little Rock, just kind of scattered stuff on Interstate 40, Fort Smith, Little Rock, over to Memphis, a little bit around West Memphis. That right here around the I-55, I-40 junction, very light if it's even hitting the ground. This is Interstate 55 coming out of West Memphis, Arkansas, and I-40 junction right there. 62, 412 east and west is in good shape, as well as I-49, Fort Smith, Fayetteville, I-40, Little Rock to Fort Smith in good shape, Highway 65, Little Rock, Branson. 67, 167, serving Little Rock to Batesville and Poplar Bluff, Missouri, where the highway split, is in good shape. Highway 63, Interstate 555 at Jonesboro. Not bad at all. State of Missouri, I don't see much at all. We'll hit that St. Louis stop, see if there's anything around there. I-70 coming in from Columbia to St. Louis looks good. St. Louis east to Vandalia, Effingham, Illinois, and no problems there. I-44 Rolla, St. Louis in good shape. Interstate 64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon, Illinois in good shape. You see Interstate 55 coming in. A little bit showing up there at Sykeston, Missouri, and I-55 stretches back a little bit towards Poplar Bluff, Neelyville, Naylor, Dexter, not Dexter, be around Fisk and Fisk area, Culen, Missouri, possibly that far south. And so you see I-24 coming into Interstate 57 there, no problems there in southern Illinois. Southwest Missouri should be the same thing, very little going on there. We have I-44 Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon, no problems. Kansas City, I-70 east to Columbia in pretty good shape there. Let's check that. I'm going to go ahead and hit that. Let me hit the Fort Campbell, Kentucky radar and see what's going on in Tennessee. We have it somewhere around Murfreesboro, Tennessee, southern Tennessee, going over to Alabama state line, Georgia line there. Not much going on there, just a little bit of rain. I'm trying to work my way east without hitting that Little Rock stop again. That's the Memphis radar. I thought it was a little bit east of Memphis there. Interstate 40 east of Jackson. If you're traveling over into Tennessee today, a little bit of precip going on there, but not too bad. We'll check that forecast for you today. Refresh. Right now 33 degrees today, cloudy. Tonight, decreasing clouds. We have a high of 38 with a low of 26 for today. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 48 degrees.
I'll take it.
Thursday night, 20% chance of rain with a low of 33. Friday, 30% chance of rain, high of 47. Friday night, chance of rain, then mostly clear, 30% there, and a low of 33 Saturday. Here we go. Blow your horn again. This is worth blowing a horn over.
Well, this horn sounds sick.
Saturday, high of 59 degrees with sunlight. Saturday night, 36. Sunday, 60 degrees and sunshine. Woo.
Scroll down to the Friday where it's written out and see if they're
Friday night, a 30% chance of rain.
No, Friday morning.
Friday morning, 30% chance of rain, mainly after 7 a.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 47. North wind around 5 miles per hour, becoming west-northwest in the afternoon. See, that high pressure has come in from the Gulf of Mexico and brought that warm air in, and so it's bringing the warm air in basically either side of Mexico coming in. I think even Kansas City, Missouri could have some warmer weather going that far north.
I know weather.com, which is the one I'm on, they're saying still chance for some wintry precip on Friday morning early, and then switch back over to rain. So won't be bad.
This is of course, the drought monitor. This will be updated tomorrow. It's showing northwest Arkansas and southern Missouri with a little bit of drought conditions, not too severe right now. MoDOT traveler information right here. Everything in Missouri looks good. We'll check Arkansas real quick, and we're in good shape across the state of Arkansas. And so, drive safe. I Drive Arkansas and MoDOT, Missouri Department of Transportation traveler information maps. When you go to iDrive Arkansas, you can check the surrounding states, the border states, if you're traveling to any of those across state lines, and you can check that. And they're even available as apps on the phone.
There you go.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11. Best lunch, best breakfast in town. Community news brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. And today, Threads of Hope. Do you like to knit or crochet? How about sewing or needlework or quilting? Would you like to learn how? If you've answered yes to these questions, you should join Threads of Hope at 1 o'clock today at the Pikes Cancer Support House in Mountain Home. It has a lot of encouragement and supports to one another as they spend time in their weekly meetings, and you might learn a new stitch or two. Threads of Hope, 1 to 2 at the Pikes Cancer Support House, Threads of Hope. And I think I have one other I need to check. The ostomy support group and education of those who will have or have ostomy surgery and their relatives, talking with others, can provide assistance. This takes place, I'm not seeing where it's meeting. I'm not seeing at Pikes Cancer Support House. This is, January 4th at 1 o'clock at the Pikes Cancer Support House. So the Ostomy Support Group meeting, 1 to 2 o'clock, January 4th at the Pikes Cancer Support House. There we go. And so, Affordable Housing brings you the community calendar each and every day. What do you got? Do you got any wrestling things going on?
Yeah, the Youth Wrestling Club is headed down to Russellville this weekend for a tournament.
That's right. You go down on Friday or Saturday?
They're going to go down on Saturday. They wrestle Saturday. I'm going a different direction because the high school wrestling club is going to Conway, so I'll be headed Friday to Conway.
Oh,
and then my son and my wife and my dad will be headed to Russellville. So.
There you go. All right. Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up, the new Mountain Home Mayor. He's been mayor now for 21 hours.
He's broke in.
Hot seat, plug it in. We'll be right back. Mayor Hillrey Adams will be our guest. Be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At VACO Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact VACO Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
718, ladies and gentlemen, the 21-hour-old mayor of Mountain, Hillrey Adams. Congratulations.
Dale, thank you, Dale.
Real quick, before we get started, I want to play a little bit of yesterday's swearing-in ceremony. Scooter, can we pick that up?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
And then we'll do the council people. So let's just do it right here. What do you say? Come stand right here.
You got the robe on.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Hillrey Adams,
I, Hillrey Adams,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Arkansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Arkansas,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Mayor of Mountain Home,
of the office of Mayor of Mountain Home,
upon which I am now about to enter.
upon which I'm now about to enter.
And
10 yesterday morning, and our congratulations. And so, not even 24 hours ago that transpired, and wow. Moving on.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Ready to go to work now.
So tell folks, who is Hillrey Adams? What's within? I mean, you know, we knew you were the postmaster for many years here. I had to go back to Fairville, Jonesboro area for a while, and now you're back.
Well, you know, I was blessed in 1992. Post office offered me a chance to come up here and work for a while, and I did, and we ended up spending 11 years here. Those 11 were by far the best 40 of the years I spent in the post office. both professionally for what it did for me in the post office and our family. Got married while I was here. Our youngest son was born here. Bought property. My wife had a business going here. I think she cut half the hair in Mountain Home, at least for all the ladies around town. And we were very involved. And then, professionally wise and through my career in the post office, some things had to happen. And we had a plan of what we wanted to try to do. And in order to accomplish that plan, it meant taking a promotion or two along the way, which moved us from Jonesboro and then eventually to Central Arkansas as an area manager. And when retirement came in 2010, it was pretty much a no-brainer where we were going to come to. My son wanted to graduate school here. He enrolled here midway through the 10th grade, got to play baseball that spring for the Bombers, and finished out playing baseball and basketball here at Legion. And once he took off to college, we were sitting home one evening and got to thinking about my mom at that time. She was 85, 86 year old, and her health was starting to deteriorate, and we all know how that happens. And my brother and 2 sisters were still working. They were all still gainfully employed at that time, and we felt like someone, or I did for sure, needed to be there to help with my mom. Now, she was a pretty independent lady, did what she wanted to. 2 weeks before she passed away, she was still driving her car all over Jonesboro. It might have been a little bit dangerous to everybody in Jonesboro, but she went and did what she wanted to do.
Yeah, that's good.
But the fact that we were able to go down there and spend the last 4 or 5 years with her and do the things we wanted to do with her, that was very important to me, and I'd do it again if I had that opportunity. But after my mother passed away, we decided we wanted to get back to where we felt like we wanted to be all along. And so we relocated back up here in the spring, and it's always been a special place to us. When we were just young kids, Dale, my mother and dad would pull a little 14-foot smoky camper behind a Dodge car, and we'd ride it and sit in line at the ferry, across the lake, and go to cross the ferry twice. So it was you I got behind, right? And cross the ferry twice, and we'd get to Bidwell Point. Yeah. And camp and spend the weekend. And we did that many, many times as kids. And Dad would bring us into town occasionally if we were minded well and behaved, and take us downtown to one of the places downtown and feed us breakfast and stuff like that. And it's just been a spot, and we're very excited to be back and looking very forward to this new opportunity.
For folks that don't know, when the mayor said the ferry, back prior to 1984, there was no bridges over Lake Norfolk. Highway 101 and Highway 62 412. You'd pull up there and the boat would just be pulling away. Highway 62 had one that hold 18 regular-sized cars. Now, this is back when Cadillac and Lincoln and Imperial and New Yorkers and all the big cars, the Buicks, were huge. I mean, they were land yachts, Excuse me. And they'd hold 18 of those. Yeah. But when you had 400 cars waiting to go across and you could only go 18 times, you had 2 15-unit ferries and 1 18. So 30, you had, 48 cars at a time floating the lake. And then you had 101, and for the longest time, 101 had that long stretch to make short. And
go around the point.
Yeah. But when you came in from Jonesboro, you crossed 62, turn right, had to wait for 101.
Yeah. And inevitably, when you'd pull up and get in line, it had just left.
Just left. Yeah.
So, but a lot of fond memories sitting there. Those times as kids and stuff. And I remember we brought my grandmother up here. Probably she had to be 80, in her upper 80s at the time. And when we pulled up, I could still see her today sitting there. And she asked my dad, said, "What are we going to do?" And he said, "Miss Wall, we're going to drive this car out on that barge when it gets here, and they're going to carry us across the lake." And she had never seen a ferry in her life, and I can still, to this day, see her standing there. And we finally got her to get out of the car on the ferry and look over, and she had a grip on everything she could hang on to on that boat.
We used to sit on the chain, the chain that went across the ramp that tilted. We sit there on that chain and swing on the chain and, feel the spray come up.
Yeah. It was quite an experience in the days.
Did you live here at that time?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we got to watch them build the bridge.
Yeah.
You could ride the ferry and they're putting up steel.
I've got a copy of that video from the TV 43 days.
Okay.
When John Kinney was manager of TV 43, when they were up at the third floor of the bank, and he talked to that engineer, and when they brought those two sections together, They were off 9/16 of an inch. 9/16 of an inch.
9/16.
Yeah.
So there's a gap in that bridge somewhere.
But they fixed it.
And for those that still want to experience it, you can still go up to Peel and take the ferry across there.
Yeah, that's the old Toadsuck ferry from the Arkansas River down there.
But for people that want the experience,
but those bridges have done so much to this area here.
Well, and that's true, Hillrey, because when you cross, even to this day, when you go over into Cherokee Village and Hardy, what's it, 45, 48 miles over there, perhaps maybe 50, 52 miles. You're in Ashflat, Hardy, Highland, whatever it may be, and you think, oh, we need to go to a shopping area. They'll go to Jonesboro.
Mm-hmm.
They'll drive the extra 80, 90 miles rather than come to Mountain Home. And even today, we're just now starting to get, oh, wait, they got a Lowe's and Home Depot and a big Walmart right here. So now we're finally, after 30 plus years, getting the traffic to come west rather than east.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're in Henderson, it's faster to go to West Plains.
Probably, yeah. Yep.
And I mean, especially in the summer.
Well, and people do it out of habit, And so.
But now we're finally getting folks to.
One of the things that I've learned this last 2 or 3 months is there's a lot of people in Arkansas that don't know about Mountain Home.
Oh, yeah.
And what we've got here, and so we're going to work real hard trying to promote the area just within the boundaries of the state, and make sure everybody knows what we got up here. And we'll have some stuff that we'll get started to make sure everybody knows about us.
Well, and even the, how can I word this properly? Back when we were doing radio stuff, we would call the Little Rock TV stations, Channel 7, Channel 4, Channel 11. Who? Where? Oh, that far north. Oh, well, they're hesitant. Like, we really don't go past Greenbrier. We really don't go past Clinton. You look at Channel 3 and Channel 10, they've had great success. Montgomery was on Channel 3 News last night.
Right.
They'll make the trip down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what happens when you've got like a big station like Channel 3 and Channel 10 and all these up in Springfield? You're going to watch that station, whether you've got the option to watch Little Rock or Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
Because Springfield, hey, we're going to go down there.
We'll tap into that market if nobody else is willing to.
And so it's just, and I've talked with some of the KY3 people are just outstanding folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are. And so you'll probably
have an opportunity.
You'll have an opportunity. Kate, let me down here. But no, I tell you what an opportunity. Well, I'll hold my famous question for after the break is coming up. And your thoughts on yesterday? We got to poke a little fun at Coach Webb.
Yeah. Oh well.
Don Webb, nicest man on the face of the earth. I mean, God bless Don Webb.
And
gets up there, takes the oath of office, and his cell phone goes off in his pocket.
Well, there's not anybody up there that probably bleeds blue and gold anymore than Coach Webb.
Ain't that the truth?
And everybody in the world knows the man, especially if you're in any kind of high school around here, sports activities or athletic events. They know Coach Webb. You go places and they say, "Do you know Coach?" Well, now we got a new reason to know him, and I thought the judge handled it really well. And he said, "If you need to take that call, go ahead."
Yeah,
and that was real funny right there, and kind of changed the event out for a few minutes right there then. And
it kind of broke the ice, because
it did.
You've got the judge, dadgum, you've got the judge in the robe, and it's basically a courtroom setting.
Yes,
this
very
is
solemn event.
This is a solemn event that's administered by a judge, and Judge Duffy handled it so well.
I'm so glad it happened to Coach instead of me. I took mine off and left it in the truck. I didn't want to risk
we were
it.
walking out of the building. Coach Webb and I were walking out the building, and he says, "You know what I should have done?" I said, "What's that?" He says, "No, I don't want another Medicare supplement."
But though that happened, and I'm sure he wouldn't have done it on had he thought about it prior to. He never would have dreamed of something like that. But it capped a day off right there.
It made the day. It really was.
Sure did right there, and he handled it very well.
Anyway, 7:29, almost 7:30. Going to take a break. Visiting with the new mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams. We'll be right back.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations.
I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
.733 on this January 2 of 2019, visiting with the new mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams, and you get my famous question. You get the genie in the bottle with 3 wishes, and poof.
Okay.
To benefit Mountain Home, what would they be?
You know, we've got such a beautiful place here, full of great people. I've met a ton of them recently during the campaign part of it. A wealth of knowledge out there in the retirement community, people that have had a lot of experiences wherever they've lived that can offer stuff to us and bring stuff to the table. I'm thinking that one of the things I really, really want to work on hard is growing the economy here. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. Yes, you can do it through, bringing jobs to the community and stuff like that, but we have so much to offer with the lakes and the river that we've got to make sure we're doing everything we can to promote the area. But our recreational facilities here, soccer complex, baseball complex, softball, those type things, better utilization of those facilities. I'd like to see something going on at those complexes virtually every weekend that weather's permitting.
It brings money in. It brings it in.
And especially when you bring the younger age groups. You bring 18-year-olds in here. Some of those kids don't have parents to travel with them. They come by themselves on a school bus or whatever. But when you bring that young age group here, guess who travels to watch them? Grandma, Grandpa? And
I've seen
usually
it many
there's a
times.
lot of folks come with them. Well, when those folks are here, they're going to spend money. They're going out to eat while they're here. A lot of them may be spending the night, putting heads on the pillows in the hotels. We can benefit a lot by improving our
You're right.
recreational
You are
opportunity.
correct.
And we're going to make a very concentrated effort here to make parks a priority.
He brought in, what was that big tournament? You were running 5 mats on a wrestling deal.
Yeah, that was our youth wrestling tournament that we host every year here.
How many people came
We
in for
brought
that?
in about 160 wrestlers,
Yeah.
not including, and it was a youth tournament, so
That's the
everyone's
wrestlers,
got
though,
at
not the
least
spectators.
Yeah, they got at least 2 parents plus grandparents
Yeah.
and the whole 9 yards.
And they can come here.
And that's in the winter or in the
Yeah, and
Christmas.
those folks can come here for those activities, whatever sports those are. We got an excellent place, in certain areas of the state. Shooting, trap, and skeet are now big high school sports.
Yes,
So
they are.
we've got an excellent facility here for that as well, But there's a lot of things we could do, and what I know people like about coming here is you come here for a baseball game. Maybe after that game you don't play until the next day, or softball, soccer, whatever it is, wrestling. You need something else to do. Well, there's things to do here. Go
I'll give you an
fishing,
example.
go to the lake.
Back about 5 or 6 years ago, we were working a tournament at the on the Rossi Road baseball fields.
Yeah.
And a gentleman come up to me and says, "We just finished our game. We're now in the losers bracket, so we don't. This is like Thursday at noon or Thursday at 2. It says we don't play until like Saturday at 9 o'clock. So we got a whole day tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of a guide on the river?" Wait right here. Got on my phone. I called a member of the city council.
Right.
And said, "I've got this opportunity. Can you go to the Chamber of Commerce and just get me some stuff?" So one of the gentlemen came out. We had maps. We had all kinds of information. So I took one of the tables and I just taped a big old map of what's available. Some went to Mountain View. Some went to Cotter. Some stayed here in Mountain Home. It benefited several counties.
You bet, yeah. And, over the years, for several years now, I've helped the American Legion. They have the classic Father's Day weekend, which is now the Mickey Husky Classic. And those teams come here from, several different towns.
Pontotoc, Mississippi, all the way up to
Oh,
Lawrence, Kansas.
Rogers and up in there. And
Missouri.
every
St.
year we
Louis
feed
teams come in.
those teams.
Yeah.
And I've always been involved in that. And some of them say, well, I want to eat early. I want to eat late. Well, why? Hey, they're going down to the river and taking kids trout fishing because they've never got to do that. They may be going out to one of the boat docks on the lake, renting a couple of pontoons, and
That's
all
right.
the folks go out there. So that is something. And, while I was living in Jonesboro one time, I had a guy from Mountain Home call me. He was down there for a baseball tournament. And his question was, after we get done playing, what is there to do? Well, there's really not a lot to do. Make sure you go to the store and get a lot of off, because you're going to fight mosquitoes while you're down there. Everybody's going to smell the same at the end of the game because they've all sprayed down with off. But there's not any recreational activities, places where you got bodies of water around Jonesboro. Yeah, you can go to the mall, or you can go to Hijinks, one of those places with the games in there, and let everybody sit in there and play games, electronic games and
But it's
stuff.
all indoor activity.
But it's all indoor activity. There's nothing out there,
Yeah.
outdoor. And so that's something we've got.
You can't stick your toe in the White River
That's
or
right.
jump
And-
off a
and
pontoon.
bluff on
and,
a lake or something. So those are things that we're going to work very hard, and we're going to start working on that very quick and trying. We got to upgrade our facilities. Some of our facilities out there and at the recreation, the baseball, softball fields, they need. We got good spot. They're in a great location out there where they're at, and we've got the base of a great facility. But it's kind of like putting fresh paint on your house. To keep it where it needs to be, you got to put a fresh coat on there every now and then, keep your house looking good. And we need to make some enhancements to those complexes out there. Invest a little in them.
Some of those bleachers out there, like that minor, rookie, and major field,
You and I probably climbed up and down them years ago
I
when our
guarantee
kids
you.
were playing. They may be the same one.
I
So
guarantee that.
there's a lot to happen out there. We're just going to get together and set our priorities, and with a new council coming in, and here's what we can do. And we may not can do it all right away.
Yeah.
But we need to put together a plan on what we're going to do and how long it's going to take
What
us to
about
do that.
business employment, I overheard a conversation about the industrial park out at Midway. Well, we're at the swearing-in ceremonies, and there's some land available. There's opportunities at the industrial park. Of course, it's not controlled by Mountain Home, but what happens at the industrial park can benefit Mountain Home.
Oh, no doubt it can be, and there's some spots available. We got some growth going on out there right now. Bass Cat's got a real nice expansion underway out there, which is going to bring some more jobs. I'm not sure, but I understand Legend Boats, or it's now Stratton, I believe, is making some improvements to their facility, which could mean some more jobs. But I sat in a meeting here a couple of weeks ago at Baxter Forward, the Chamber Initiative group that's going on, and I heard a representative from a local manufacturer here talk about one of the problems they have is some of the raw product they need in there and parts that they need to complete their manufacturing process they can't get here anywhere. They have to have it brought in from some far. So, we want to meet with some of those local industries. There might be something that could help them out here if we had, something out in that industrial park that could feed one of the bigger places like Eaton or one of those type places that's out there. And so we plan on meeting with all those folks to see what can we do to help you out here.
Well, I'm guessing 30 years ago, there was a nut and bolt manufacturing plant put in Conway. It seems like for some reason, because of I-40, but that's a clean industry.
Yeah.
I mean, you got raw material coming in and you're making nuts and bolts, whether it's got a 3/8 head on it or a 15 millimeter head or whatever, you're making nuts and bolts. We always go down to, how many times you go down to a hardware store during the year and need a 3/8 by 1 bolt for something, or screws or something like that, whether they're wood screws, metal screws or something like that. It's jobs.
Yeah. There's a man who's already, I spoke to maybe a month ago. He's been here a long time, and he has an opportunity that he mentioned to me to put in a business that would, it's similar to a call center type thing. He mentioned to me that he could have probably initially put together 20 to 30 positions in there for people that would be answering phones, and that would be in support of another industry somewhere else. And, he's just looking and trying to decide if this is where he wants to do that at. And we're going to do everything we can to encourage him to make that here. And, it could be in any existing building around town almost.
Well, back on the 25th of September, the governor was here along with Bob Zadora, Brian Plumley, and Dr. Jake Long Mountain Public Schools. And we were talking about the governor's successes with the coding programs and things like that. And then we flipped the page to another subject. And then the governor pointed to me and said, Dale, I got a question for you. I said, okay. What would you do about the roads up here? I said, I've got the answer right now. Travel US 63 from West Plains to Rolla. They didn't 4-lane it. They have alternating passing lanes.
Yeah.
At 60 and 65 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. And I said, Governor, it's going to be very expensive to 4-lane between here and Fayetteville. Well, some of it has been accomplished.
Right.
You got some pretty mountainous and hilly terrain over there that's going to be very, very expensive. But do a study east of Mountain Home, west of Mountain Home, east of Mountain Home. East is not as bad as west. Between Harrison, Alpena, Huntsville, that gets pretty hilly. That's expensive. I talked with a trucking dispatcher in Rogers one time. I said, if you're going from Rogers to Jonesboro, what's your route? I-49 to Fort Smith, 40 east until you get all the way over. What's one that runs north of Helena? Is that 49? US 49?
40. He probably goes over to Brinkley and gets 49 and comes up to Jonesboro. Something like that. That's one of the ways.
They said it costs us too much money to come through Huntsville and Harrison and Mountain Home because every downshift, they knew to the penny what was going to cost for the downshifts.
Mm-hmm. And you're exactly right. The 4-laning process and what most of us refer to as something of interstate standards, man, that's so expensive. But I traveled the other day from West Plains down to Thayer.
Yeah.
And I passed some of those alternating lanes.
Oh, they're down there too?
They've got one or two spots down there, I believe.
So if they're on the Arkansas-Missouri state line to West Plains, that's about, a 25-mile drive?
Something like that. And there's other ways to get that traffic through there, and we need to be working with our state representatives, senators, and the state legislature to try to increase funding and get them to do some stuff.
Well, teasingly with the governor when he was here in September, I said, well, here's the thing. If you're going from here to Jonesboro and you get behind a pickup truck pulling that cattle trailer, you might run 35 to 45 mile an hour average, and then once you get that passing lane that's not the 3-lane but just a standard stripe change, here comes 3 or 4 cars.
Yeah.
You're stuck. And then when you finally get around and you get up to about 60, 62 miles an hour, pull back in, blue lights, guess what?
Yeah.
There's that state patrol doing his job.
Yeah.
Mr. Hoffman, we got you doing 62 in the front. I just passed this. I've been behind him for 38 miles.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
It's so much better than it was.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
It's
sure
a lot better than it was, but there's still a long way to go. And then now, when you're headed east, as soon as you cross the Black River, you've got 4 or 5 lanes.
You like
all
that
the way
turn
to
lane on
Memphis.
that bridge at Black Rock.
Yeah, that's an interesting feature right there, isn't it? But you once you come across that bridge,
there you go.
You can rock all the way to Memphis now.
And
so
they
so
raise
much
that speed
better.
limit up.
Yeah.
Anyway, 746, visiting with the mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams. We'll be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
The Party Spot venue and DJ service. Contact Tammy Reynolds for your next holiday or special event.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
$7:49, finishing out the program. Unless he's been mayor for 21 hours and 48 minutes. We're down sorry, Dennis. I said, don't forget you got to do TV tomorrow. I says, can't you wait until I get my feet wet?
Yeah, we're getting them wet today.
Oh, anyway, I appreciate you coming in on January 2nd. And anyway, now we're talking about, your infrastructure, your roads, and when I went through, a situation with my mom, I've made a lot of trips to Little Rock.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of trips to Little Rock, and it's not an easy drive.
No.
Thank goodness for Highway 5 South. I get so tired of having to go Yellville to Marshall or Yellville to Pendle.
Right.
So I just, they've opened up Highway 5, that bridge across the ravine south of Mountain View there. And so whether you're going to Little Rock or going Conway, you can go Highway 5 all the way into Jacksonville, Sherwood area, or you can take 25 and go to 65 and come in south of Greenbrier or North Greenbrier. But nevertheless, Mountain Home, people say, well, to get to Mountain Home, you have to be coming to Mountain Home.
Right.
Is that a drawback for freight companies that, well, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars more to get it there because it's so slow?
Yeah, I'm sure it is to some degree right there, I can't believe that it's not an issue with a lot of folks getting here. I heard a gentleman years and years ago when I was postmaster here, someone had asked him how was the best way to go to get here. And we were standing in a public building, and he asked that person, said, well, have you thought about a helicopter? That's the best way to get here, But it has improved a lot, and we just got to keep pressing. Unfortunately, we're right up against the Missouri line. We're kind of at the end of that pipeline.
15 miles north is US 160.
You bet you, but we've got to, we're going to just, those folks down there that make those decisions are going to get tired of hearing about what we need in Baxter County up here. We got to make sure we're doing
Back
that.
when Mark Darr was lieutenant governor, and we got that sales tax to help the roads. And I told Mark at that time, this is a long time ago, I said, look, you're going to have to quit repaving I-40 between Conway and Little Rock every 13 days.
Yeah.
We're tired of this. We're tired of getting to West Memphis and getting stuck in I-40 and I-55 traffic because y'all been working on that since 1967. Right. It's time to finish it and move on. And remember, there's life north of Greenbrier,
That's
Arkansas.
Right, exactly. Well, one of the things, and we've already had a conversation with one of the state reps, senators here from this area, that area we're talking about covers several counties, and I'm a strong believer there's strength in numbers. So we're looking to organize some sort of an event here in the near future where we get, say, from Jonesboro area or just west of Jonesboro, now with the road being as well as it is from Black Rock on, maybe we need to start in Lawrence County and get that group and have something where we bring in some of the highway commissioners, some of the people that make those decisions, and
here's my issue with that. I'm just going to issue my opinion. Back in about 1990, 92 or 94, there was an issue to where the Highway Commission answers to nobody but the state legislature as a body, the Senate House, so they have no boss.
Right.
I would be willing to put a ballot initiative to say that the Highway Commission needs to answer to the Lieutenant Governor. Or somebody.
Yeah, I know.
Because they voted to raise the speed limits on all the highways back to 65 miles an hour, but up here, no. Yeah. We control that, not them.
Yeah.
So we're stuck here at 55.
Yeah, and I think I remember hearing something a few years ago, did we not, about those commissioners possibly being elected commissioners? There's all sorts of things that I know have been tossed around about that, and I'm certainly not ready.
But you remember when all that ice came through here, and we couldn't even get things done. They sent all the trucks to. Oh my goodness, Little Rock got a snowflake. We got 50 trucks in Little Rock, and we got 8-9 inches up here, and we can't get anything done.
A lot of that, we've got to build a very good relationship with those people,
right?
And strengthen that, and so we're going to go to work on that right away, and setting up some stuff and getting a group of people, say from that area all the way west of here, together.
I'd go all the way to Huntsville, say Huntsville, Harrison, Alpena, everything.
Let them all know what we need and what the benefits of it are, and keep pounding on their doors until we get what we need up here.
And Highway 65, it's up until that Cody Highland pulled the rights of that police department in Damascus. To quit writing tickets, because they were up 1-point-something million in Damascus compared to 600,000-700,000 in Greenbrier and Clinton. But when I was traveling Highway 65, I said, well, I'm going to Conway, and once I get to Damascus, stop, put it in neutral, and push.
Yeah.
And hope you don't get a ticket.
That's right.
Have you ever got picked up in Damascus?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
No, I didn't, but you definitely better slow down and watch it right there. For
And
sure,
Alpena's
right
just
there.
the same.
Yeah.
I was coming back from Fayetteville one day, and I knew I was getting close to Alpena, and they watch it close too. That's a small town, and they've got some very close sidewalks along the highway, especially as you come back towards Harrison. And I was on the 2-lane, and I was driving 50 right at 55. One of my rare occasions, I was doing 55. And this car from Texas, it got on the 3-lane there, just the other side of Alpena, and they flipped me off as they went by. And I thought, I'll have the last lap. So on top of this hill, here's the little sign that says Alpena, population 392, and about 100 yards, there's this blue light. So honk, honk, honk. I waved at them real big.
Yeah, that does have its advantage being from around this area. You know where those folks are at.
Yeah. Real quick, we have about 4.5 minutes. Our fire and police, I believe we have the finest departments. We've got good people. And how can we help those folks?
Well, you know, I know that we recently passed a public safety tax here. And I've already met with the chiefs of both departments. And they've told me that tax itself, once they get it caught up, and they're behind on some needs, equipment needs, facility improvements, especially on the fire side. But once they can get to where they've got current modern day equipment, that they strongly believe that public safety tax is going to go a long way on making those two bodies self-supporting for years to come. Right there, taking care of manpower needs, equipment, etc. Once they can do that, I think, especially on the police side, you know, we got some drug issues around here. You know, not as bad as they are in some other places, but there's always going to be some out there. And I think we as a community, and we have to help. The police can't be every single place every single day. They, you know. We need to look at the police department and what can we do to make ourselves more visible in the community. How can we do that? But the people of the town need to make sure that they reach out to the police. If they see something that's going wrong, if they see drug activity somewhere, hey, you know, they need some eyes and ears out there. And I think giving them the help they need that way through neighborhood activity groups or whatever. You know, this is going on down here. Like I said, they can't be everywhere every day, but one of the things we're going to be working towards is how can we make them more visible within the neighborhoods, and what can we do to get them more involved in the community, which is going to help.
One small community that had that issue, they would take the old police cars that were just basically junk and polish them all up. And they were decoys, and they would put them in different areas.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally just hook a tow bar to them and park them. And when you see that police car, what do? You slow down.
You slow it down. You always do, right?
And there's
there.
No policeman in there.
Yeah, but there's some things, and we'll start in next week meeting with all the department heads individually about their particular departments, and what can we do to help that department. But we're also going to be asking that department, what do you need from the community, and then, maybe establish some groups or some way to benefit the department as well, because there's a lot of help they can get from the community if people just let them know. Yeah. I remember back many moons ago when I was postmaster, Sheriff Joe Edmonds would come over to the post office every now and then, and he would talk to my carriers about certain areas where things were going on and ask them, because those carriers were out there every single day, and they could be good eyes and ears.
Oh yeah, there you go. Wow. 7:59, and in 2 more hours you'll have your first day accomplished.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have my first 24 hours right here. How lucky could I be for this?
Scary, you got a thought?
Right.
I try not to. It hurts.
Oh yeah. Final thought, about 30 seconds, Mayor.
Well, hey, I just want to thank y'all for the opportunity. I want to thank you for what y'all do in the community with this show in the mornings, and we look forward to many more visits with you over the next 4 years.
Is this your first interview, or did KTLO get to you first?
This is your first.
Hey, we got it right here. All right. Yeah. Hey, hope everybody has a great January 2nd, and appreciate all the viewers and the fine compliments. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.